Don and Dixie, you're both clients of the company as well as owners of the company. You both had the hormone replacement therapy, and I'd like to hear a little about what that was like for you. Who did it first?
We had it both done at the same time,
You
basically
did?
the same day, yes.
Well,
Uh,
Don,
we're-
tell us how the experience was for you.
Well, first of all, for men, it's a little bit more difficult than it is for women. But
Okay.
the actual having it done, the process is very little discomfort to it. They insert the pellets under the skin. For men, for 2 days, I was sore. And it was a soreness like when you have overdone it, you worked out more than what you should have, and you get sore. Getting in and out of the car, it was sore for a couple of days. Had it done on a Thursday. I woke up on Sunday morning and all the soreness was gone. But it was about 2 weeks after that the energy level picked up tremendously. I started walking, which I hadn't had the energy to do before. Lost 25 pounds since then, and it's been literally a life-changing experience.
How long ago was this?
This was 5 months ago that I first had it done, and then I just had it redone 2 weeks ago.
Are the pellets inserted each time, or is that just a one-time thing?
No, they insert the pellets usually somewhere between 4 and 6 months is when you need to have it reinserted, because it's a time released. As the body needs it, it's going to draw up on the hormone, and you're usually going to deplete that somewhere between 4 and 6 months. And you know it very well whenever you start to deplete it. That's what was amazing to me, is the energy level and how all of a sudden I felt like I did back in the summer once the hormones were used up. And I waited a little bit too long before I had it done, which I won't do again, because you do return to being tired, wanting to leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and go take a nap, and not wanting to get out of bed when it's time to wake up. And I returned to that after the hormones had started to wear off, and that was about 4 months after I'd initially had it done.
How was it for you?
My experience was pretty much the same. As far as my symptoms were like just being real tired, wanting to go home, take a nap about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not wanting to get up in the morning. But when I went in for the treatment, I mean, they just drew the blood like you would for a normal lab. You go in and they will give you the results and talk to you about what you're going to need. And then, they insert the pellet. Now for women, there typically isn't as much soreness as there is for men, because there's not as much tissue there. But, they inject the pellets. I wasn't sore at all. I didn't have any discomfort at all. I didn't have any problems whatsoever.
And how do you feel now?
I feel great. High energy. I don't have any of the problems that I had before. Once in a while I'd have problems sleeping, focusing, like when you're at a desk all day and some days you go in and it's harder to focus on your work. I don't experience that anymore. And so I just feel great, but just having the energy level is great.
How long had you been feeling tired? Had it been just since you can remember? Or?
For at least a good 10 or 15 years, I had been feeling that. And as I probably started the older that I got, I tend to, start wanting to sleep more. But it's probably been 10 or 15 years that I knew that I'm starting to want to go to sleep sooner, and I didn't have as much energy.
Has this had a tremendous effect on your relationship?
Absolutely.
I feel like you're on your honeymoon again. Literally like you're back in your 20s.
I don't see how you would get anything done at that point.
Well, it's the sort of thing that, we're both 58 years old. And by the time you get to be 58 years old, from what I understand, most people's sex life has waned considerably. And many people don't even have a sex life by that age. What's amazing is not only with us, but everyone we talk to, that is entered back into your life again. And you enjoy that part of your life like you did when you were in your 20s.
And I'm sure it doesn't only improve a relationship as far as intimacy goes, but just your positive attitude and feeling good about yourself.
Oh, sure.
That would help your communication and just your daily life. Would be more
People around the
positive.
office talk about my attitude. I still have the stress. I still get upset, but I handle it different than what I did. My kids have talked about how I handle things differently than what I did before. So there's no question it levels you out. Your attitude your disposition is leveled out tremendously with this.
You wish that you had done this a long time ago?
Wish we'd have known about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was the sort of thing that when I heard about it, yeah, that's what we need, you know, and I didn't dream that it would be as good as it is. I mean, and quite honestly, people tell you all of this stuff is going to happen. Most of the time it don't. It was a real surprise to me that this was as good as what it is. And then it's a surprise to hear the patients all tell you what's happening. And it, in every case, this is not just some case, in every case, your patients are thrilled with this therapy after they've had it done.
Is there anybody that you would not recommend this therapy to?
Put it this way, what I would recommend is anyone over the age of 50 for sure should at least check to see if they need it.
Yeah.
And not everybody needs it. Most people do, but not everybody that needs it. One of the things that's interesting is that everyone that we've drawn their blood that's been overweight, that's over the age of 40, has had depleted amount of hormones. They need this therapy done. And I've lost 25 pounds since I had it done. So there's definitely a correlation between depleted amount of hormones and weight gain and weight loss.
So what about someone in their 30s or 40s?
Well, I have a nephew that's 42 years old, and his hormone levels were less than mine. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling the symptoms that we talk about, then it's very definitely, it's simply a blood test, and you can tell if it's something that's going to be beneficial for you or not. We have women in their 30s that's having it done that will give us the same sort of testimonials that people in their 60s are giving us. Because in some cases, particularly the women that's had hysterectomies, in most every case, it's something that they need to have done.
I've heard that that hormone replacement, or at least getting a balance in hormones, can help women who are having trouble conceiving children get their hormone levels to the right place, and it helps them to be able to conceive. Is that true?
Yes, there's no question that it helps in most any problem that someone has. There's a good chance that this is going to help. Whether it's, for instance, the lady talking about dry skin.
That was a surprise to me.
Even that was something that I've always had a major problem with. That really, when she said it, all of a sudden it dawned on me. This winter, I haven't had the problem that I've had in the past with it, and those sort of things. And there's no question that when it comes to childbearing, that your hormone levels are going to have a lot to do with that.